Just before we get into all the weather stuff, I'd just like to apologize that this is not going to be a regular video. On a little bit of a time crunch, but couldn't get this fully edited. But I still wanted to come in today and show you guys some of the weather stuff that's happening, and we'll get into that now. So, starting off with today's outlook from the SPC, we have an enhanced risk over Arkansas and northern Mississippi and a little bit of southwestern Tennessee. This is an all hazards risk, so we have a 10% hatched risk for tornadoes. So few tornadoes and strong tornado or two cannot be ruled out. And then we have a 30% non-hatched risk for wind in the eastern portion, and 30% hatched risk for hail, and 15% in the western portions of that risk. And the tornado threat is for that whole area. So this is kind of the day before the day. We'll go over all of the outlooks first, then we'll go over the models. But this is obviously going to be our main event. So we have a moderate risk of severe weather over really the Texarkana region. So just a bit bigger, so it's very, very southeastern tip of Oklahoma, and then portions of northeastern Texas, central to southwestern Arkansas, and northwestern to north central Louisiana. This is wind and tornado driven, so we have a 15% hatched risk for tornadoes, and then surrounding that a bigger 10% risk. This means we could be seeing a few stronger tornadoes, so that's EF2 plus in intensity, and our wind risk is 45% again, with 30% surrounding that. Again, wind is going to be another big factor. We could be seeing widespread damaging winds. And hail, we have a 30% hatch risk for tornadoes. I believe that is mainly for the supercellular mode ahead of the line, if those do get to form. This is likely what that's for. And this is, again, our main event, moderate risk. We're not going to discuss a high risk. I'm not here for that. I'm here to show you guys what's currently happening. So here's our 18ZH run. So you can see tonight already. So we're going to get storms to form. They're already starting to form currently. Right now it is 4:21 p.m. So they're already going to start forming. And by the way, I'm in Central Standard Time. But this is around 4 p.m., so just about now. And storms are starting to fire, and you can see they are supercellular. And there are some supercells, and this is where our tornado threat. Again, let's go back. Here's our 10% hatched risk. I believe that's really gonna kick in, and again, just a lot of supercells. It's quite a messy storm mode, actually, once it reaches Mississippi and eastern Arkansas. But that threat for a strong tornado is still there, and eventually it will... Oh yeah, just real quick. This is our hail threat. You can see we have a pretty large hail cores, but you can see this sort of turns into a damaging wind event after a while. And then you can see things start to get interesting down here as we have an initial round move through, and this can bring a few supercells. Now, our big significant tornado risk is quite conditional, because the big threat here is one of two things. One, QLCS tornadoes, and two, if supercells can fire out in front of the line. So, roughly or broadly, our risk is right here. So, if supercells can fire in the open warm sector, and any supercell that can sustain itself will have the chance. So, if this were to happen, this could likely produce a strong tornado, if that were to be rotating. And then we have our line of thunderstorms, and you can see we have still some prefrontal convection, but at that point, if it develops, it'll likely just be absorbed or form into the line. But line does not equal no tornadoes. As you can see, we have breaks in the line. This can easily bring QLCS tornadoes, or quasi-linear convective system. That's just a fancy way of saying a line. A line of thunderstorms that this will likely bring tornadoes. Some could be significant because we're in a highly volatile, highly sheared environment. And here's a photograph from that in this UT. I want you to pay attention to this photograph. This is one of the most concerning photographs that we've seen for monitoring this event. You can see the veering with winds, with height, and you can just see the wind shear highly sheared environment. And this QT also looks very concerning in that that we're in a very volatile atmosphere for tornadoes. And just a quick thing about soundings: please ignore the possible hazard type. Please ignore this and try not to use the effective layer STP. Just look at the significant tornado parameter otherwise. But this photograph is indicating a highly sheared environment, and this was taken around this area. So, very concerning day tomorrow. Just if you're in these areas, so again, if you're in the enhanced risk areas tonight, you are actually already under a tornado watch. So tornado watch 50, this stretches from Texas and Oklahoma all the way to the Mississippi-Alabama border and Tennessee. You have a 60% chance of seeing 2 more tornadoes and a 30% chance of a strong tornado. So those are some pretty elevated risks, and obviously you're going to have that wind and hail threat as well. So you really need to pay attention tonight, as tonight could be a sneaky day before the day event that really can produce some pretty strong tornadoes. Or the threat's not as high as tomorrow, but you can still see a few tornadoes, maybe 1 or 2 of them being strong. And then damaging winds and hail also going to be a concern. Significant large hail is a possibility. You could be seeing some very, very large hail. I believe that is 2 inches in diameter or greater. So significant hail, again, another big risk, and wind, same thing. If you're in these areas tomorrow, please take this seriously. Tornadoes are not going to be the only threat. Damaging winds are also a big threat. So you need to be paying attention for all modes of all modes of fear will be possible. All hazards are possible. Hail, winds, and strong tornadoes. Again, the big tornado risk is quite conditional. If supercells are able to form out in front of the line, there will be problems. There will be problems with long track, strong tornadoes. But that is a massive if. So, again, we'll see that hopefully doesn't happen, but it's a possibility. So if you're in these areas, especially the moderate and enhanced, please pay attention tomorrow. Please pay attention, and please make your safety plan if you haven't already. And if you're in these areas, be ready to activate that safety plan and use it in case you go under a warning. And please be monitoring this as the day goes on, because this is a very dangerous setup. But with that, I think that's all I got for today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and informed you. I appreciated it. It helped me out. But with that, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.